Hey folks, welcome to episode 5 of Behind the Play, a video series where I take a look at all things related to CSGO tactics and strategy, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at an innovation that Threat, the coach for NIP, brought to the game in early 2016. You all know it. It's the 3 smokes from mid on Cobble into the B bomb site and its impact on the game. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So on January 1st, 2016, it was announced that Threat would join NIP to become a coach to add some diversity to their playbook, just to bring some nifty executes to the NIP, just to freshen up their play style. And the first time that NIP played Cobblestone offline since adding Threat as a coach was in fact against Esports at MLG Columbus in March. And in fact, Threat was standing in as a player because Pitt couldn't make it. And in the first gun rounds on Cobblestone with this team, we saw this masterpiece, an innovation from Threat on throwing smokes from middle into the B bomb site that would be part of a wall of smokes that would cover the entire site, as well as a Molotov on tree to throw players out there and just allow NIP a way to execute the B bomb site. It just looks so damn sexy when I first saw it, and the great thing about it is there's multiple uses for it. As you see in this particular version, we see it used as just part of a straight up B execute that completely isolates the bomb site and cuts off, rotates, and flushes people out with Molotovs, as well as just sets them up in pretty good post plant positions at the chicken coop and the B platform. But as we'll see, it can also be used as a fake to attack the A bomb site, something that NIP had actually done in the very first gun round of this same match. In this example from the first gun round of the game, we see the same smokes being thrown as existing Get Right look to get control of the B bomb site, but instead, because of where the smokes are thrown, you can see that the remaining terrorists from NIP are able to get into mid-room quite quickly. Dennis does get an initial kill, but it opens up the A bomb site and delivers quite a nice fake. But then you actually see NIP respawn with a double fake. Due to the positioning that Get Right has inside the site, as well as exists, they actually decide to double back and bring it to B after all, and they also wind up sealing the deal on this round as well. NIP would wind up winning this game 16-5, 11 rounds coming from the terrorist side, and a lot of that was due to this particular tactic that Threat put together. Because of this map win, they were able to piece together a 2-1 victory over Mousesports to actually advance from the group stages despite using a stand-in, which gave them legendary status and a spot in the quarterfinals for the tournament. As we'll see, this tactic has a lot of utility and many teams caught on to it and put it into their own playbooks, as we'll see in a little bit. But first, let's break down what makes this tactic so special. By taking a look at the big picture of how this tactic works, you can really see the diversity that this really brings to the table. We see that smokes are being thrown from this location, which will cause a smoke wall onto the B bomb site. Now, the great thing about this is first off, you can just have a great B execute. Again, we can see combinations of this smoke wall with Molotovs on top of tree, as well as perhaps some type of utility to flush players out of chicken coop. Just have a very effective execute in the B bomb site, which isolates the site and cuts off rotators we spoke about before. But because the smokes are thrown from here, it is a very short distance to actually just work up the middle slope, as we saw in the second example from the first gun round. So that means that these smokes can look like 2 different things: an attack on the B bomb site or a fake into A, which makes it very difficult to read and adjust if you're the CT team. This is a common theme that we've seen in a lot of tactics on this Behind the Play series, particularly from episode 1 with the smokes we saw in Cash from Liquid, where you can throw that from outside B and it looks like either an A execute or a fake onto B. And I think tactics like that are really inspired by plays like this one. Ones that just have so much versatility with just the way that people are located when they throw their smokes. And as we'll see, many teams have caught on to this and used it in the exact same way NIP has, as well as just taken small pieces of it and incorporated it into different executes for their own unique playbook. In this example, we basically see Liquid running the tactic to the T. and they're going to be using it for an intended execute on the B-bomb site. You can see all the smokes are thrown in the exact same way that we saw NIP using them in that match against Mousesports at MLG Columbus. You do see that Elige is actually used to throw a little bit of a fake at middle, so they're trying to throw that a little bit of an element of a fake, but it is the intention to actually go B, so maybe a slight double fake with the pressure that Elige put in mid-room, but for the most part, it looks very similar to just the B execute version from NIP. This example comes from Optic when Stanislaw took over the in-game leader role. This is going to be from ESL1 New York against Virtus Pro, and in this particular example, we're going to see Optic use the version that plays into a fake and actually goes into an A execute. So you see all the smokes going down, holding everyone in place over here at B, and then they use it to actually quickly get into mid-room. Again, it's all about where you throw the smokes from and how it allows you to quickly pivot and shift to the other side of the map, though it looks as though you threw those smokes from inside long B, and you wouldn't expect the timing to be so fast to be able to get into the A-bomb site this way. And as we see, Optic will actually use this to secure a round against one of the best Cobblestone teams out there, Virtus Pro. This clip actually comes from Phelps' debut event with SK at DreamHack Masters Las Vegas, so very recent stuff. Here you'll see that only one smoke is used, and it's just going to be the one smoke from Phelps. But what this allows Phelps to do is be a part of the B execute as far as what utility is thrown, but still be in position to keep an eye on middle, as well as get into the drop-down room later on to be a part of a tactic in a different way. So not quite using everything that NIP did, but you can certainly see that one smoke is certainly inspired by Threat's execute from early 2016. Threat's smokes on Cobblestone is certainly one of the neatest innovations to CSGO tactics to date. You can certainly see its impact on the game even today. While I only showed a couple of examples in this video, many teams have used this tactic in its entirety in their own play, or have at least taken pieces of it and incorporated it into their own unique tactics. This video really only scratches the surface of the many examples of this play being put to use over the course of a year of play, and probably even going into the future. So definitely really neat stuff. Really wanted to highlight it in this series, as it's one of the coolest things I've seen in the game, and big hats off to Threat for coming up with it as one of his many innovations that he's brought to the game through NIP. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please follow and subscribe for more content, as I will be continuing the Behind the Play series as well as some other stuff here on YouTube. So yeah, please follow up, and I'll catch you next time.